So we're back, and this is Sean,
And Liam,
and we are
the Canaba podcast.
Welcome
Canaba.
Canaba.
Yes.
Welcome back. So Liam,
So, how's it going?
it's going.
Oh,
It's going good.
that's fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yes.
How's the weather been lately?
Well, at least it hasn't been cold, like freezing anymore.
Yeah.
But we've had a trash first week of warmish weather.
Yeah.
It was raining and gray for a full week in a row.
And raining constantly.
Constant rain. We finally got 2 sunny days, but now it's back to rain and it's cold enough that it's snowing a bit
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah. It was quite amusing because we've had so few. I think we've had this spring, like in April, 2 full days of sun where it's been above like 12 or 14 degrees. And I was outside on both of those days, Liam. So I was jogging.
Yeah, there was a ton of people out
I
there.
was jogging on one of the days, and the number of people that were just outside, just like walking around, and then yesterday was our other day
Yeah.
of sun, and it was beautiful. And again, everyone was outside.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's when I realized how awkward it is to be free skating like here.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people who've never seen it and they all want to like figure out what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have my audiobook blasting in my ear so I can't hear anything.
Yeah.
I'm looking out for cars and stuff.
Yep. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the things about living in Canada, and especially living in Montreal, is that we get a long winter, and if the spring doesn't come quickly, which sometimes it does, sometimes it arrives in early April, and then after the beginning of April, the weather's just reasonably nice. But this year, it's been just horrible. So we went from March to where we had snowstorms into April, where it just
Still snow,
it snowed, and then rain and cold,
ice.
and now we had 21 degrees Celsius yesterday, and then tomorrow was sun, and now today it's +7, and tomorrow the high is going to be like +3 with -3 overnight. We had snow today even.
Yeah.
And the same thing on Tuesday. So,
Mm-hmm. And then another week of cold and rain.
Yeah. So that's why we're rock solid, tough Canadians.
Oh yeah, everyone at work is all depressed because of the weather.
I know.
Get in the elevator, they all look.
Exactly. Why is spring not?
How was your weekend? It was fine.
Exactly. So being Canadian is has a lot to do with trying to deal with the weather. It's just what it is.
I mean, there's other places where it's kind of worse than here, but
yeah. But Montreal, I mean, it's better to be here. If you plan on coming to Montreal, come in the summertime. That's the best time.
Yeah.
Or
during specific summer months.
Yes, exactly.
We only have 4 months of good.
Of really nice weather. Yeah, June, July, August, and September. A little bit of September is good too.
Yeah.
So the next thing that we wanted to talk about was vacation. Like just considering what we were talking about before, with the weather and everything. People are planning vacations, and in Canada we plan them pretty early because we want to get away and do things. And we were having a chat about the work week and what happens on vacation, Liam.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that? Like, what do you think the work week should be?
It's tough. It's always tough. I think current work week is all right. A lot of people at work are wondering if it would be better if we had a 4-day week, but you work 10 hours each day. I'm not 100% sure about that. Like, it sounds nice. Like you get 3 days off per week. That would be kind of awesome. But at the same time, those 2 hours at the end of an 8 hour shift, you're gonna be pretty tired and you're not gonna be as efficient at work, I find.
Plus, your day is just nothing but work. Like you literally get up in the morning, you're going to work for your 10 hours, you're going to come home bagged,
Yeah.
and you're just going to want to eat and sleep after that.
That's the thing though, is that I already am like that when I get home from
Well, your job
construction.
though, like, you're in a construction job,
Yeah.
right? So you
For construction it might work
Yeah.
because you're already exhausted. The
Yeah.
week is mostly just work and then you get home and sleep. Maybe you'll play games a bit or like watch TV,
yeah.
something, eat food, and then go back to bed.
But I do like, I mean, the concept of having a 3-day weekend every weekend is very appealing.
Sounds nice. But by the end of the weekend, you're accustomed to chilling and like sleeping in
Yeah.
for 3 days in a row.
Well, and then you're very depressed on Sunday.
Yeah, and
you
you're gonna
you spend your whole Sunday dreading
yeah.
the next day. type
Well, your
thing.
whole Monday.
Yeah.
But then the first day of the 4 day week, everyone's gonna be exhausted because they're used to waking up on their weekend hours.
Yeah.
Because 3 days you get more accustomed.
Well,
to
bear in mind though, you have a job where you have to get up super early, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, for construction, for sure. I mean, you're up. What time are you up at again in the morning?
I'm up at 3:30,
And what time
the
do you
morning.
what time do you start your day?
5:30,
And you finish at what time?
1:15,
Okay.
or 1:10.
So the good thing about that, at least, is there's no traffic.
Yeah.
Pretty much no traffic either way. Like
Spe-
going there and coming home.
Yeah, specifically for where I'm at though, like the people there chose to have no breaks. We just have one 15-minute break
To eat.
on purpose, just so that because everyone voted on this.
So you get 15 minutes to scoff down
Yeah,
as much food as you can in 50. Now, does the 15 minutes start wherever you are in the building, or does it start when you
No.
walk into the lunchroom?
it starts when you get to the lunchroom.
Okay, because man, it could take 5 minutes to get to the lunchroom, and
Yeah,
then you've only got 10 minutes.
And if you get there late, you can take your 15 still.
oh, so they're okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
because you need at least 15 minutes to eat something.
yeah. But otherwise, like if it's you get like a half-hour break and 2 15 minutes, you feel like you're wasting your time. Like,
Yeah.
no, you don't want to just wait around in the break room on a construction site. Like
No.
it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
You'd rather just get your job done.
Well, and
The day goes by faster when you're working.
Sure, and for the white collar workers out there, people have to understand that a construction break room is like, what is what is that room, Liam?
It's a plywood box. It's a plywood box with a couple of picnic tables and some chairs. We get some microwaves, so you could
So-
eat some hot food.
So it's
Ooh.
So it's a pretty rustic situation.
Yeah. And there's barely like
Does it smell bad in there? Like, is there any ventilation or anything?
no, there's ventilation.
Okay.
It
sounds horrible.
Sometimes you get an above ground break room, so you'll get access to internet a bit.
Oh, wait
but,
a second. Where's your break room?
we get the underground concrete break room.
So your break room is
Yeah,
like in the bowels of the building?
it's in the first parking level, and then they just built a plywood box around it.
Are there cars in that parking lot now?
In the lower levels, there are. Yeah.
So you could also have a nice mixture of carbon monoxide in there as well, just to
Little
keep
bit,
you
little bit.
you a little lightheaded.
Yeah, a bit alert, you know.
It's no wonder they only give you 15 minutes.
No.
You'd all be dead if you were there for more than half an hour.
Well, we're used to huffing all that plumbing glue, you know.
Oh, yeah,
So we get
that's
down, we're
right.
already a bit dizzy, and then we get the CO2.
Wow.
It's a good mix.
You've really made the whole picture of a break in your job horrible.
No, but it's not bad.
Okay.
It's not bad.
Okay.
We don't like the break. We just go eat, chill for a bit, and then go back.
And then go back to work.
And it goes by fast when you work.
Okay. I mean, the thing is, the problem with construction in particular is if they did extend each day an extra 2 hours, you'd be driving home in serious traffic at that stage.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's excessive how fast traffic builds up now.
Come on, kitty. That's our cat. That's our Sphinx cat. So he's naked and he likes to be around us, but he's a bit moody right now. Usually sits on my lap during these things.
Yeah. Now he's all over the place. Yeah. Keep making noise.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Like that would suck because now at least you're heading home at 1:15 and that's kind of just before the traffic really starts.
Traffic is supposed to be like rush hours like 8 to like 6, like 8 till whatever, 8 till like 10 or something.
Yeah.
And then 4 till like 7 or o'clock.
Exactly.
But now it starts as early as like 3 o'clock. There's crazy rush hour.
Well, even 2 o'clock, right? Yeah. I mean, you've found that if you leave later than if you leave much later than when you can leave, you're getting stuck.
If I leave at 2 o'clock, traffic is built enough that I'm going to be an extra half hour late home.
Yeah, that's horrible.
So it's not fun.
Okay. But so basically.
So that's another reason why everyone voted to have only one 15-minute break.
Well, and basically a 10-hour shift wouldn't work for you guys. Like a 10-hour shift would add an extra hour and a half of driving for you as well at the end of the day.
Yeah. But at the same time, we're not doing much anyways when we get home.
Right. So maybe
I'm not doing much when I get home. Some people are like crazy grinding. Like they get home and they start working on projects at home, or they're doing like work on the side.
Right.
Some people never stop.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel that's one thing about vacation that I feel bad. Like, in my opinion, I feel like life should be a mix of like work and like play, work and having fun, enjoying life, because that's what life's about, right? We're not just gonna work.
So that's a good that's a good philosophy, Liam, and I'd like you to embellish more on this. So you know, what do you feel like in the world today people put emphasis on? You know, that.
Well, I think there's like complete. There's a mix. There's people who are on the far side of like enjoying life and people who are on the far side of all work no play.
Yeah, because I know people, like I have colleagues of mine, so my philosophy of life has always been, as you've mentioned, kind of balance, you know, and I made financial sacrifices in my younger years so that we could travel together and go on vacations and do fun things together, knowing that in my later years, I would be able to catch up with saving for retirement and paying off the house and all that, as opposed to some of my friends and colleagues who also raised kids, whose entire goal in life was just get the house paid off as fast as possible, save as much money as possible, never or very rarely go on vacation. Yeah. And if they do, they don't go anywhere. Like nothing big. And then they get to be my age and they're regretting that what they didn't do. You know what I mean? They regret that they spent their whole adult, you know, they're set up financially, as I am, you know, but because of the way they did it, they're not, they missed out basically on being able to do fun things hanging out with their childhood. Because as you get older, you know, there's nothing there's no
it starts to get harder and harder to enjoy life.
Exactly. There's no formula here. You as you get older, your body is less amenable to doing things. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. Like some people are all work and they just want to work as hard as they can constantly so that they're good once they're retired.
Yeah.
But they do nothing. Mm-hmm. Like all they do is work.
Yeah.
Right now during like their best years of their life.
The years where they're physically able to do maybe more adventurous things, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Not to say that once you're older you can't have fun. Of course, you can have an amazing time once you're retired, but but you don't want to waste your whole life away just working, and then like you're missing out on experiences that you can only have at certain ages.
Like we've gone on hikes and cycling excursions in the Rocky Mountains. We've been on hikes in Hawaii and all these treks and things that we've done, zip lining in the Caribbean. I mean, we've done so many physical things, but all those things we did was in my younger years, you know,
And you worked really hard to reach those goals.
yeah,
You
but it was a
saved.
goal. Like you have to, and I think that's the thing. I think, do you think that people today, that time goes by so fast or they're so distracted that they forget to set like goals for themselves in the things they want to do?
Yeah. Or they're too stressed to do it. Yeah, I think so.
So it just keeps getting put aside,
They're
right?
like, oh, I'll do it next year.
Exactly. And then next year comes and there's another excuse not to do it, right? Like, you know, oh, I want to buy this or pay for that or whatever. Because, you know, it's all about priorities, right?
Yeah.
There's always something to spend your money on.
But
always.
but then there's some people who are like the opposite of like working extremely hard for their retirement. They're play.
Yeah.
They spend all their money on what's around them. Like
Yeah.
they'll go to the bars, they'll go clubbing, they'll go gambling,
Right.
whatever. They'll live paycheck to paycheck,
Yeah.
living like a party life.
Yeah.
But then they never experience anything else than that. They never
Right.
travel. They can't do anything. Like if their friends are going on a trip, they can't afford to go.
Right. But because again,
And they're also fucked for when they retire.
because they haven't balanced, because there is also the balance of being financially responsible as well, right? You know, so you have to still save, and that's the other problem today. Like today, in the world we live in, many jobs that had guaranteed pensions, you know, with you know, private industry back in my father's day, most companies gave out private pensions, right? So you would retire you'd work for the same company for 20, 30 years, but when you would retire, you'd have a pension from that company. You'd get paid for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You know? So so in those days, you never really worried about your future, right? You never had to think about setting aside part of your income for that, you know? And I think you have the two factions of people now today. There's the people, well, there's three factions really. The one faction of people that sit there and say, oh my God, I have to save for my retirement. I'm going to put everything as much away as I can, and that's going to be my priority. And then they don't do anything with their families or kids. Yeah. You know, they just raise their kids and feed them and do whatever, but they don't do anything special. And then on the other side, like you said, you've got the people that just spend whatever they make.
Yeah.
On whatever they want to do, and then they don't know how to save. So they can't save for vacation, they can't save for retirement, so they never go on a big vacation, and when they get to be of retirement age, they can't retire.
And when they do go, and that's another thing, is your vacation days, you want to use your vacation days for like stuff that you don't usually do. Like if you're on vacation, you don't want to just spend your whole vacation sleeping and doing nothing.
I mean, some people do, right? Some people want to just be home, right? Because maybe they bought a new house and they have a pool and now they want to just do that.
They've been like grinding it out, doing renovations at home and stuff. They want to chill. But that goes back to like once you get to your retirement age, once you're at the end of your life, all you have is your memories.
That's my view.
If you do the same thing every year, you're always just doing the same thing on your vacations. You don't have much unique stuff to look back on
or to talk about, right? With your family, friends, kids.
Every year on your vacation, you go to the same cabin at the same lake. You do the same thing.
Yeah.
You'll have a few stories to talk about from that, but like it'll always be the same memories from the same place.
And now, I must admit, Liam, that I feel like I've been privileged in my life. You know, I was lucky enough. That's another that's another great thing about living in Canada, where we have, subsidized education. There's a lot of social benefits here that permit us to achieve. If you want to achieve, there's a lot of tools that you're given to achieve in this country to help you get ahead. And I took advantage of a lot of these things. So I had the wherewithal to be able to make choices like this, But, if you're unlucky or you're not able to or whatever, then you can still, there's no going on a nice trip or something.
Doesn't mean you have to leave the country. You could go on a big road trip.
You can do that.
Do something spontaneous.
And it doesn't mean you have to go every year.
Yeah.
You could save for 3 years or 4 years.
Yeah.
And then do something nice with your family. And then that's a memory, right? That's a novel memory that's built that stays forever with your family, with your kids, your significant other, whoever you're doing this with.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to be disciplined.
Yeah. You have to make those choices, have those goals in mind.
Yeah. And you have to save. And that's the problem, I think, today. And it's actually becoming an epidemic. I've spoken to my financial planner, and he's actually told me that we are reaching epidemic proportions of debt in North America. So people are not just living to the extent of their incomes. They're in addition to that, borrowing, using credit cards, and not paying off their credit cards, and so on. And for me, that's something that I think when back in the 80s, when companies began transitioning from giving pension plans to forcing employees to make their own way in terms of saving for their retirements, there was no social shift in education as well. So people were not taught how to do this. And I still to this day don't think, have you ever been taught how to save money and put money away and stuff?
No. But I think I said in a previous episode that I grew up playing video games, and in video games there's a lot of resource management.
Oh yeah, that's true. There is.
So I grew up saving everything because I was so used to doing it.
Right.
Playing,
but not everyone plays games like that, Liam, right?
No.
And I think that it's not easy for people to,
and even people who grew up playing games like that, they still spend
a lot of your friends.
Well, a lot of people I knew in the past.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't have to look further than my own parents, my own mother who was like this, right? And when she retired, she had nothing. All she had was government pensions. So they didn't live. My mom did not live a very comfortable retirement.
Yeah.
So
unfortunate.
So I guess, and what about vacation? Destinations. Have you are there places that you like? What's your view of going on vacation? Because I know you have a pretty unique perspective about this.
Personally, my idea of an ideal vacation is going somewhere that is completely different from your daily life.
Right.
I'm in Canada. It's cold. The summers are hot. It has a certain kind of architecture and culture.
Yeah.
I'll save up for years until I can afford a trip to go somewhere completely different.
Really, eh?
I want to go somewhere the culture is not the same at all.
Yeah.
The architecture, the environment, everything. So I think for me, going from, we're in Montreal, so we're lucky because Canada's a big country. So would going to, for example, so far
the Yukon or the Great North, where the Inuit are, would that be interesting?
I could see myself trying that one day.
Okay.
I've gone to Banff, which is
so far west, the west side of Canada.
Here it's hills and mixed forest and stuff around. Has a certain type of architecture. I went to Banff, which is in the Rocky Mountains, giant mountains all around, green, emerald green water.
Yeah, it's beautiful. something you'd never see here at all.
Rustic architecture. It's super nice.
Like every corner you go on a highway is like a
scenic view on a postcard.
A postcard Christmas view type thing. Yeah,
I think like ideally I'd want to go to Asia because it's completely different from here.
Yep.
Like Japan, China,
African safari,
Thailand,
maybe. Or
Africa,
or
Australia would
Egypt,
be awesome.
Maybe see the pyramids.
But it would, like, they're far places, so you'd have to save up for a couple of years to get enough money for the
for sure. Yeah, these are far away.
Airplane tickets and stuff.
Yeah, airplane and hotels and everything.
Yeah,
but that's cool, Liam. I mean, so at least,
and that goes along with my philosophy to like experience as much as you can in life.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to keep experiencing the same thing every single year.
I mean, don't sacrifice your future for it.
No. Save money for your retirement too,
and all that. But still, you can. There's a place for everything. You know. Okay, that's good. That's good. I mean, I'm proud of you. At 24 years old, that you think that way. So because I think
you did raise us.
Yes, that's true. But I think a lot of young people don't consider these things, and I don't want to say that people waste their time, but I do want to say that people don't optimize their time.
Yeah. Well, with
and like, time is the universal currency, right? Yeah. Everyone has the same number of hours in a day.
Oh yeah, and with YouTube Shorts and like Facebook Shorts, Instagram Reels and stuff.
Yeah,
like those short clips of nothing.
Yeah,
like brain rot.
Yeah,
that's a big waste of time, and I see myself often wasting my time with that.
Hours
when I'm tired. When I get home from work, I'm really tired. I don't want to think. I just open my phone. Oop, video. Haha, that's funny. Yeah, and then you look up, and 2 hours have passed. 3 hours have passed.
Exactly. Yeah. You have to make it a priority to plan to do things, and I mean, I hope that this message gets out to people, because it will enrich your life for sure in ways that you can't even imagine even now, and will build memories forever. I mean, the things that I remember in my life are very little about my work accomplishments and much more about the family activities and trips and things that I've done with
you'll have much less regrets if you do more stuff.
Oh, 100%. I totally agree with that. So
speaking about memories, and how when you're in your retirement age, your whole life comes down to memories you make.
Exactly. So I don't know if anyone out there, I'm sure that a lot of people out there either know someone or have been, directly related to someone who's had dementia or Alzheimer's, and that's something that that has been very close to me and my family, where my father-in-law actually died from Alzheimer's disease not too long ago, and my mother now has Alzheimer's.
Mm-hmm. To me, it's the worst disease that exists.
It's very rough.
I think it's worse than any pain that you can get from a painful disease, or because it's literally taking away the essence of you.
Yes,
your whole life is your memories. From the moment you're born, you're unique because of the memories you have. Your memories shape you, and then this disease literally eats away at those memories and take you away
little by little. Yeah. It's horrible. So watching, and the problem now, I think, is associated with our medical system, because our medical system in North America, even, and I would say even globally, is all about prolonging life and saving people, and the process that you go through when you're a caregiver, which I was for my mother. So I've been taking care of my mother ever since, for past at least 15 years, and she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's about 5 or 6 years ago, and through that process, the way the hospital system works, the way the medical system works, is it's all about just taking care of these people all the way through this process. And in Alzheimer's, the process continues until you're literally catatonic.
You're like a husk. You're
Yeah.
not human anymore at a certain point.
Yeah. Like my mother has gone from a happy, playful, effervescent, typical grandma. I mean, really, she was the typical grandma, right? She was a great cook too,
Yeah.
to this person that recognizes me but doesn't know my name anymore. I'm sure she wouldn't recognize you anymore, Liam.
Oh no, she already didn't recognize. She thought I was her brother.
Her brother or something like that, you know. So and she can still walk, but she can't talk anymore.
And the whole process is horrible. Like,
because it just continues, right?
But like they start off normal.
Yeah.
They're just things are just a little off. And then you can tell they're frustrated, they're confused all the time.
Well, my mom would even say it, like in the early days of her disease, we would go see the doctor and my mom would say, I keep losing my words. I'm losing my words. You know? Or I'm losing my memory, you know? And it was so sad because you'd watch this happen and you'd be like, oh my God, like what's going on here? You know?
Yeah. For her, at least, she was self-aware of it, but she was pretending that she was fine.
Yeah.
To make other people feel better.
Exactly.
It made it so much more sad, but that's how it is. Like you're slowly forgetting yourself. You're frustrated. It's hopeless.
And and in my mother's case, and I'm pretty sure this is the case for a lot of people with early onset Alzheimer's or just at the early stages of Alzheimer's, is they try to hide it, right? They want so desperately for
things to be normal
and for the world to perceive them as normal, as they're okay, you know. And my mom was like this through and through. So when we eventually got to a point where we had to where my mom literally could not use a microwave, she couldn't cook anymore.
She cooked like one of those frozen meals in the plastic container. She put that in the oven.
Yeah, she put the whole container in the oven.
No, she was cooking it on the stovetop.
Yeah, she put it on the stove. So I literally, in their condo, I had to install...
Not in a pan, like directly on the burner.
Yeah, so that she almost burnt the condo down. So I literally had to install a cutoff switch in their electrical box to cut off the oven whenever we weren't around, so she couldn't turn on the oven, you know.
But just like put yourself in those shoes. Imagine what it would feel like if like you're starting to forget everything.
Yeah.
Like you wake up and you don't know where you are. Like,
yeah.
You're just confused about everything. How frustrated you would be. You're trying to communicate with people, but you can't find the words.
Yeah.
Just eluding you completely.
Yeah. So eventually, so after she was diagnosed, I had to get a social worker, which is part of the system. That takes months to happen. And in Quebec, in our province, it's only when you get a social worker that you can access services. So through the social worker, in Quebec, they want these people to stay home as long as possible. So so they have nurses that can come and visit, and these nurses would show up, and they're paid by outside contracting agencies. So their goal is to get to as many houses as possible in the shortest amount of time. So they would show up for literally 15 minutes with my mom, quickly try to feed her, and they would even ask her if she's hungry. My mom would forget that she's hungry, so she would often say no. They'd just show up and leave.
Yeah,
you know. And then it just continued to get worse and worse, and it was super stressful for me, you know, because I was going there checking on her, and I would see the fridge, like the food's not going down, right? So she's not eating,
and that's it. It's not a disease that just affects the person; it affects the whole family
Oh yeah, you were
for
there. You
for
would come too
for an
sometimes.
extended period of time.
Exactly,
And you're
exactly.
watching them forget you, and
Yeah,
they feel horrible because they're forgetting you, and they know you're someone close to them,
exactly.
but they don't know who.
Yeah. And then finally we put her we after a couple of years of trying to prolong her independence, it was just I couldn't take it anymore. It was just
Yeah.
becoming too stressful trying to help and maintain. It was like having
A toddler.
another, yeah, because you regress.
You are not you.
And you literally regress. You develop more and more childlike behavior. So I finally told the social worker, I can't do this anymore. We need to find a nursing home for her, and they did. So she's in public nursing home, and that completely changed the game for us, in terms of my mom. At least now I know she's safe and she's cared for. But that opens up a whole other issue, is that now my mom is in a place where she is so well cared for that
Nothing can
go wrong. Like she will
regress.
continue to regress to the point where she'll be bedridden, and they'll still take care of her
Until the
bedridden.
point where she forgets how to breathe.
Exactly. Correct. This is how my father-in-law died. So my father-in-law was the same, and he spent 6 years catatonic in a bed. They had to crane him out of the bed.
Yeah.
And then they would feed him, and he eventually died from food going into his lungs and pneumonia, right? I just think the whole system is screwed up in that regard.
Like every terminal illness is horrible. It's like really bad, but this one, like, you literally are losing yourself.
Yeah.
Like early on. You're not you anymore.
So let me ask you a question then, Liam. What would you do if you found out that you had Alzheimer's?
I'd see if there's experimental stuff, because at that point I have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, if they have some experimental treatments that they're trying and they need volunteers, I'd volunteer for that right away.
Right.
If it doesn't work and I start regressing, I'd want to end it while I'm still me, while I still have all my memories. I'd want to, if there is a life after this one, I'm agnostic, so I'm open to everything, but only if I have proof.
Right.
I need to know for sure that it's a thing. So
Yeah.
I'm open to everything. I don't know what happens after you die, but I want my memories. I want to be me when I die.
So you'd want to make sure that you still have memories when you die, and that
I'm still me,
and that people remember you as you, and not some not like what my mom and my father-in-law.
And I wouldn't want to be a financial burden to my family. I wouldn't want to be,
or even a mental burden. Like, it's really hard. I can tell you, like, for me, it's really challenging now.
Yeah.
Just going to visit my mother.
Yeah.
Because it's like watching someone just, like, it's not my mother anymore.
And I know it's a super depressing thought, but like I think personally I feel like I would be better off just going into the next life, or like ending it while I'm still me.
So do you think that the medical system should have some form of a checklist or something, some way for you to be able to authorize this? Because right now there is doctor-assisted suicide, but it's only for patients who are of sound mind the day that they're going to be the day of death, because they have to sign forms that acknowledge that they know what's going to happen. The problem with Alzheimer's is by the time you get to that point, you don't, like, my mom wouldn't understand. She can't read, she can't write, she can't even talk.
I think there should be a grace period. Like,
so
once you're diagnosed with it, you have a certain number of weeks to sign something.
But once you've signed, like for Alzheimer's, my view of Alzheimer's is there should just be a checklist. There should be, like, I want to sign a form that says I want to check out
Yeah.
when I'm no longer able to like take care of myself, like, and you could list a number of points, can't if I'm no longer able to read, write, or talk, I want
I wouldn't even want to get to that point.
no.
No, then you're not you anymore.
So it's a challenge, right? Like there'd have to be a form, something that would that you could sign that would indicate what state you would be in to want to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or you go to Sweden or whatever.
Well,
Which
even
country
going,
that?
I think even going to Switzerland, I think I don't know if it's I don't know how it is in those countries for doctor assisted
I
death.
think they have those pods.
Yeah,
They have
no,
these
but I
pods.
mean I don't know what the regulations are. I don't know if you're of sound mind and body, are you allowed to let them, like, are they allowed to do that? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? At that stage.
Or is your country gonna take it into their own hands to get you back?
Something, right?
Yeah.
You know?
I don't
But
know.
I've spoken to my mom's geriatrician about this, like because I seem like my mom would be appalled.
Yeah.
Like
You saw where
if she
she's at
saw
now?
if she could step out of her body in her younger self before Alzheimer's and see the way she is now, she would not
Want to go through
want
that?
to go through that at all, And I've said this to my geriatrician, and I've asked her, like, where are we with this? Like, where are we with, because I mean, I hate to say it, but I really believe we're more humane to our pets that are sick than with people with Alzheimer's and dementia. Like, we're more humane because those people now at this stage in society, they go through this whole downward spiral until they're literally catatonic. Like it's a horrible way to go.
And the whole process is bad.
And it's years. This isn't like a month.
No.
This isn't like a week of suffering. This is years and years of suffering, So anyway, hopefully better minds will prevail. And, the healthcare system can't afford to this burden anyway.
Yeah.
There's no way
And
the North American healthcare system can handle the number of people that are coming down the line with Alzheimer's.
And it's a lot of people who like their significant other who wants them to stay alive in
because
that state.
it's their body, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because their body still looks like them and stuff.
Yeah. It still looks like them, even though they can't talk and they don't know what anything around them is, and they can't
Exactly.
focus.
Like
They're not them anymore.
You are you because of one organ in your body.
Yeah. And that organ in dementia is clogged up and
It's
broken.
clogged, exactly. 100%, 100%. So let's get off this
Depressing
depressing,
topic.
deep, dark topic. But it is topical. It is.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's something I think about sometimes.
Yeah,
Just because of how horrible it is.
and more families are facing this, right? It's not just like more and more families that are facing now people that are reaching this stage in life. Like the odds of getting Alzheimer's increases as you get older too.
Yeah.
So there's more families that have this, and it's unfortunate that our family has faced it now with two loved ones. But that's the way it is, right? So what do you think, Liam? Again, speaking about old people and how susceptible they can be, what do you think about these scammers? Because I'm hearing more and more about this lately. It's just becoming a thing. And my mom and her husband were susceptible to this. They actually called me, thank God, before they did anything. But what do you think about these people? First, describe it. Like, what do these people do? These scammers?
It depends. There's a ton of different methods that they use to scam people.
Mm-hmm. I'm talking about online stuff.
There's online or there's phone.
Yeah.
Online is they'll send you emails that seem very personal.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, they send me emails with my brother's name. Like they'll title it like as if it's from my brother's name.
So somehow they've been able to uncover who your brother is.
Yeah, and they hide their email. So I have to like click a down arrow to show me their actual email, which is something completely different than my brother. and then underneath it's my brother and his email, and then like a short like casual message saying like, oh, I have the photos, here's a link to the photos, just download them. And I don't remember photos, but maybe he took photos at a event
So
or something we went
if
to.
you happen to be tired and a little bit out of it,
I almost did click on it
you
once.
could easily click on something like that.
Yeah.
So imagine a person who's not super proficient with computers, and I can definitely say that there's a lot of people that are, even in my generation, I'm not one of them, but a lot of people in my generation, and especially people in my parents' generation, who could easily be taken by something like this.
Mhm.
And then what happens? You click on that link and you have a virus or something, or
I've never clicked on it. I'm not sure. Probably you click on the link and it'll say you have a virus, and to contact this number to get your computer repaired, you'll call it. It'll be those
scammers,
those
and
tech
then,
scammers.
and then they'll get you.
Then and there's a whole process. They ask to get access to your computer through this third-party software. You go onto the website, it gives them access to like move your mouse around.
Yeah.
And they have these pre-programmed little programs they run on your computer that show like lines of code moving and then errors on the screen, and it'll say, oh, you have your computer is fully, there's so many viruses, we have to fix it. And then they tell you they need a certain amount of money to fix it. They need like a down payment for it, and then they'll need money at the end.
Wow.
And then they'll fix it. They'll pretend to fix it because it's not.
But what they've put is some program
No.
to get your personal information or something.
Not even they already have access to your computer, so they'll look for your personal information while they're talking to you.
Right.
And then they have this fake virus that's not a real thing. It's just a program they're running that looks like a virus.
Right.
They'll fix it, like just X out the program.
Yeah.
And then they'll bring you to the payment option, and they'll put you on the payment window, and they'll be like, okay, it's $100 for what we just did, and you'll type 100, and then on their side they have control of your computer, so they'll put an extra 0, and then you click enter, and then they're like, oh no, we just, like, it'll be them sending you a check or something.
Okay.
And they'll be like, oh, we sent you an extra 0. Can you send it back? Like, oh, my boss is gonna kill me. So they play on your emotions, to make you send back the money.
And your guilt and whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's when they get you.
Yeah. So then you send them $1,000 because you think they are.
So they haven't obviously sent this to you.
Yeah, you think they sent it to you by accident.
Right.
So you send them $1,000, and then they just keep it.
And that's the end of it. And then they're gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
They'll threaten you with court, or that the police are on their way or whatever. Other ones ask you to get, like, I don't know how people fall for this one. They'll tell them that you could only pay them with Bitcoin or with gift cards from Target or like Walmart. I
know someone who, again, was not very computer literate, who was told that he was going to go to jail otherwise or something like that. So they literally threaten you, and then he actually went and gave money to,
through Bitcoin.
I was Bitcoin or a transfer or something.
It's crazy. Like, no like proper company is ever going to ask you for Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Or a gift card from a store.
Yeah. But I hate to say it, but they're getting better and better. I mean, what I do, if I'm at the point now where I just will make it fun. So if I get a call from a scammer, I'll lead them, unless I'm really busy. But if I'm not, I'll lead them along for a while.
There's people that do that to the next level. On YouTube.
Yeah, I'll lead them along. I'll try and record the next time it happens. Because I love doing it.
There's these people,
because they'll ask me, okay, go on your computer, and I'm not even on my computer. Go on your computer and do that, and then I'll say, which button?
Yeah.
What's the mouse? What do you mean the mouse? Do I right click or what? Which click? you know,
Oops, I turned it off.
and then it just drives them
Yeah.
crazy.
But there's these like really people who are really adept at computers, and like they know how to like use programs really well.
Yeah.
And they got these scammers to like go on their computer, and they
Right.
use the third party software that gives the scammers the ability to move their mouse and type
Yeah.
on their computer. They use that
Mm-hmm.
to find the scammers like IP address,
Okay.
their location, where they're based,
Right.
and then they use that to hack into that facility.
Mm-hmm.
So they have live camera feeds of the scammers in
Are you
in their
serious?
cubicles. Yeah.
Oh, so this is like so satisfying.
Yeah. So they have the camera feeds. Over time, they get to know who each scammer is,
Right.
and where they're sitting in the office.
Well, this is
And-
awesome.
Oh yeah, and they record all these videos of them like freaking these people out, because they'll call the scammers now because they have the number.
Yeah.
They'll call, and they have a voice changer, so their voice is different. They'll be like,
Right.
"Oh, I was told to call this number. My computer has a virus or something."
Right.
And they'll look on the screen for which scammer just answered the phone. They'll find them. They'll go to that camera feed that shows them, and they'll start mentioning things like their real name. And it's a place based in India, so they'll say the real Indian name of the person.
It often these scammers seem to project out of India.
Yeah.
Is this because India has such a good like education system for computers and stuff? Is that why? Or?
I'm not sure. I'm sure there's American ones too. But yeah, there's a lot from India that I see online.
Yeah. I mean, I do notice often when I get a call from a scammer, it's an Indian, like you can tell it's an obvious Indian voice.
Yeah. No, but
So what do they do? What do they do though? Do they like how do they get them in the end?
well, I haven't watched like I think he gave the information to the authorities in the end,
Okay.
to like the whatever FBI or something,
Right.
and they're trying to take care of it now.
Okay.
But it's so funny because they'll say the real Indian name, and the person pauses, and they'll be like, "What did you say? What?"
Oh wow.
And they'll
That's
say
so
the name
funny.
again. They're like, "How did you hear that name? Where did you hear that from? It's not me, but how did you hear that?"
That's hilarious. That
And-
is so funny.
And then it'll be like, "Oh, just calm down. I see this person next to you." And they'll be like, How do you know they're next to me?"
that is so funny.
And they're freaking out, and
Well, good.
he deletes all their systems on their computer.
Good. I mean, it's just I mean,
It's horrible what they do.
I mean, people, desperate people do desperate things, right? So, if you're in a country where you're impoverished and you're living in a shanty town, right? Because in India, that's what they have, right? Outside of the big cities, they have these makeshift tin cities, that are just
the slums.
slums, exactly. And if you're living in one of these places and you have nothing to lose, I mean, you're going to do anything you can to make money, right? So
But it really ruins people's lives.
exactly, like that's the thing, like like out of your own good conscience, you know what I mean? Like how can you do this? You know
Yeah,
what I
they
mean?
play on your morals and
Yeah.
stuff.
And they're taught, they learn how to do
And
this.
it's these people who have worked hard their whole lives. They made enough for their retirement, and they're retired,
And then it's gone.
and it's all gone. So they'll either they're gonna like end their lives because there's nothing left for them,
Yeah.
or they're gonna go back into the workforce even though they can't work.
Well, and they'll never get a job anywhere except in the service industry, right? So
Yeah.
at that point, they're working at McDonald's or Walmart or somewhere
Yeah.
where they'll hire an older person.
And then the rest of their life is just horrible.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like these are very bad people, and they should all go to jail. I think the problem we have, and that's again another problem with technology, is it's made the world much more global.
Yeah.
Like you can access people's computer from anywhere in the world now.
But I have a feeling these scams are gonna stop working soon.
Because of AI?
Well, not because of AI, just
Because
because
you love AI, Liam.
well, because the generations after this one that keeps falling for the scams,
Yeah.
like Gen X, your generation,
Yeah.
they're not falling for it as much. Millennials will not fall for it.
That's true.
Gen Z absolutely will not fall for it.
That is true. That is true.
And then the newest generation, Gen Alpha, that's growing up with tablets and iPads and phones. There's no way they can fall for that.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Hopefully they'll be a lot smarter. I worry for these generations that are literally plugged into computers, that they're not smart. They're not smart about it.
They're not thinking for themselves anymore.
Correct. They're not smart about it. So that's my concern. You know, like I'm amazed at the number of people that can't do just like a simple search for information on their computers, right? They're just always on social media.
The thing is, it's so annoying to search for stuff on your own now.
Well, you use AI now.
Yeah, but in the past, I had like everyone, we had to do all our research
Google,
on our
whatever.
own.
Yeah.
But like long time ago, it wasn't that bad. You search for something, and what you search for pops up.
Yeah.
Now you search for something, it's going to be 50 different things that are all wrong.
And advertising and stuff.
Advertising.
Right? Yeah.
Things that are just fake that people just
because they're waiting. The search engines are just waiting for you to type something in of interest, and then these advertisers have paid to know about what that is, you know.
And not just ads, it's just clogged with bullshit.
Yeah,
that's not true, or like just random stuff that you're not looking for. If you're looking for, Google has Google Scholar, which is scholarly articles, but even that. You search for something in there, it's crammed with random articles that you're not looking for at all.
That are not validated.
And that you have to pay for. So even then, if you find something good, you have to figure out how you're going to pay for it.
Yeah, that's true. There are ways around that, but you're right.
It's so much harder to search for stuff on your own now.
Yeah.
With all the info out there, that's just bullshit.
Yeah. It's breathtaking.
Yeah.
I agree. Speaking of taking a breath, we were talking about, fainting the other day. Yeah. And Liam, you seem to be pretty prone to this.
Yeah, I've fainted a good amount in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was there. When, Liam, you just don't like hearing about gore, especially when it's related to you.
I can handle it better now that I'm in construction, because you bleed a lot.
Okay.
Every now and then.
But I can vividly remember when I brought you to have your ingrown toenail cut out.
Well, I think the first time with you,
and I laughed. I mean, Liam, it was just so funny.
The first time with you was when I gave blood, and then I had to lie down on the thing, and I
yes. But it's the ingrown toenail that's the funniest story.
This is a nasty story, but basically I had an ingrown toenail, so I went into the foot doctor's place to get it removed.
I was with you,
and he put me on this big dentist chair. It looked like.
Yep.
And usually they would lean you back so that you're not looking at what they're doing, but he did the opposite, and I was leaned forward. My feet were right in front of me.
You had a perfect view.
I was staring at my feet right in front of me.
Yeah.
And he started stabbing it with giant needles to freeze it.
Yep.
Huge. I don't know how they fit in my toe. And then he started doing the procedure right in front of me while describing every aspect of what he's doing. He's like, "Oh, now I'm going to peel away this skin and shove this huge chopstick thing in your toe."
Yeah.
And I'm just watching it flabbergasted. I cannot believe he's doing this and talking to me about what he's doing. Yeah. And I'm like, "Oh, I'm not feeling too good." And he's like, "Oh, you should have seen my other surgeries."
So now you have to understand, at this point, Liam is really not feeling good, and his head is back. And he's kind of looking like his eyes are sort of slowly rolling into the back of his head. But the doctor keeps going.
He keeps talking about, because
Liam's no longer looking anymore, but he can hear very well what the doctor's saying.
For some reason, he loves, he's obsessed with what he does.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, have I ever told you about the bunion surgeries I do?" Which the bunion is like a bump on the side of the foot. He's like, "I saw it off, and then I have to remove all the bone cream out of it." And I'm just now imagining that while my toe is a bloody mess in front of me while he's working on it. And
so then Liam just went out like a light.
But like there's signs when you're about to pass out. For me, it's different for you.
Yeah.
You've passed out once. When I pass out, it starts off, you feel really nauseous.
Yeah.
And then you start sweating in the back of your neck. Your ears start going numb, and then you start seeing spots. My vision starts darkening a bit, and I know it's gonna happen. And you just feel so shitty. You're nauseous as fuck. You're like,
Yeah.
oh god, something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then it slowly gets worse and worse and worse, and then you just pass out. And this time when I passed out, like I was out, but I was still kind of conscious in a dream state, kind of. I was sitting on a couch with my dad next to me, which he was next to me in real
Yeah.
life. He was next to me on the couch, and we're just watching TV. And I'm confused. I'm like, wow, this is relaxing. This is nice.
Yeah.
Like, but where the hell am I? It's all dark everywhere. It's like tunnel vision of this TV with my dad next to me. And then suddenly I hear that doctor talking still about what he's doing to my foot.
Even after Liam, the funny thing about this is this doctor was I felt like he was a little bit autistic and just focused on his procedure. So Liam goes out and the doctor just looks over and says, "Oh, I think he fainted. I'm just gonna keep going. He'll wake up eventually."
And
it was just comical, the whole thing. I mean, I knew Liam was fine, and I knew he was gonna wake up. So I'd seen him faint before, so it wasn't distressing or anything. But it was.
But when I
super
faint,
comical.
When I faint, I make noises. I go like,
yeah,
as if I'm dying.
Yeah.
And this doctor doesn't give a shit. He's like, oh, he's fine. I'm just gonna keep talking about the procedure because I love it.
So then Liam finally wakes up.
So I wake up to him still talking about it.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, now I'm gonna burn the inside of his toe with this acid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I wake up, I'm like, where am I? You're all confused and disoriented.
Yeah.
But you feel really good after you pass out.
Yeah.
Like when you wake up again, you're like, wow, I'm energized and awake. Holy shit.
Yeah. You wake up every time you wake up from fainting, you wake up with a start. You're like, what happened?
Yeah.
You know, you're just because the blood's finally come back to your head.
And then I hear him still talking about it. I'm like,
oh my God, it was funny.
They gave me water and let me finally lean back so I'm not staring at what he's doing.
Yeah. It was quite the experience. It's definitely an experience that I will never forget. And it was very funny.
And like I think I'm prone to it. It's like something called vasovagal syncope or something.
Yeah.
Where you'll pass out for reasons that are not like detrimental to your life.
Yeah.
Like you'll pass out just because you're thinking about it over
but
and over again.
The good thing for you at least is that unlike some people who don't know that they're going to pass out and then they can hit their heads.
Well, that happened to me once as well.
Oh, did it? Okay. Yeah. Because I think now you're smart, like you would know and you would go down. You would, but before passing out, you would probably go down on the ground and to prevent yourself from falling, you know, because some people like you could die from passing it because your whole body just goes limp, you know?
Well, that happened to me in high school. I was in math class and I had like a really bad infection on my finger.
Right.
And I was like looking at it and I couldn't stop looking at it.
And then you passed.
And then the teacher saw me not paying attention to him and he was like, "Look, Liam, stand in front of your desk right now." And I'm right in front of the class. So I go and stand in front of my desk and I'm feeling all like woozy already. I'm like leaning heavily. My best friend's desk was right next to me and I'm leaning heavily on it.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Liam, what are you doing? Stand up straight." So I like get up. I feel all the signs and then I was out. But according to them, I stood up straight, fell completely backwards, slammed my head onto the side of the door frame, like the corner of it. And then I slammed my head on the floor after that.
Oh my God.
So it was like
lucky.
Bang, bang.
Yeah, you're lucky you didn't end up with a concussion.
And then
I wasn't even aware that happened.
Yeah, and then it's the most disorienting thing because you wake up. I woke up completely confused of where I am. And then I just see the entire class in a circle looking down at me. Yeah. So I think I'm in a fever dream or something. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And then the teacher, the first thing he says when I wake up is, "Why did you do that?" And I'm like, "What?"
Like it's
I didn't do that on purpose.
like it's your fault.
Yeah.
That's so
I purposely slammed my head against the door and the floor.
Yeah. That's funny. That's
Yeah.
funny. Well, Liam, you know what? We've covered a bunch of subjects again, a very diverse set of topics. A little depressing with the Alzheimer's stuff, but hopefully it's helped some people who are having, who are at this point in their lives. And we might do some more little interviews on people with Alzheimer's, like people who are taking care of or have family members who have Alzheimer's, just to help out, the community. So we'll see where we go with this.
Yeah.
But another episode done.
Yeah.
I'm Sean.
Episode 6, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is Sean.
And Liam.
And we are
the Canaba podcast.
Have a great week, everybody.